Hi, how are you? This is JilliBling. I have a project, and this is the first of 3 using the product suite Peace on Earth. So here's the project. And what I like about this product suite, particularly the bundle, is it can be used for Peace on Earth, which would be great for holidays, Deepest Sympathy, which is where I'm going with this project, and then also, like if you have the 2 birds together, it'd be like a wedding or an anniversary. So you could do sending, wishing you love, all the best on your new adventure. So I want to do 3 different cards featuring those 3 different type reasons that you'd need a card. So this is today's. I love this card. But then, of course, I love blues and I love white mixed with blue. I love it. Okay, so we'll be using Peace on Earth product suite, and I'll show you the designer paper, the gems, the ribbon. This is the ribbon. There are gems on here. And what's interesting is these are flower gems. I'm like, oh, they're kind of snowflakes, but they're called flower. When you look at them, they're flower. And the dies come with the cutest little envelopes and little stars that go with them. Oh, here's the product suite. How convenient is this? So there's the dies, there's an embossing folder, which I'm not quite sure when we're going to use it. I love the embossing folder. Right here. I don't know if you could see it any better here or in the little printed version. But see how pretty that is? And this perfectly fits this die, nesting dies. And there's the 2 birds, there's the flower gems, the ribbon, and the glimmer paper, and the designer paper. And we'll also be using everyday arches for these arches. Let's keep the stamp set on top. Okay. This looks like a lot, but it's going to become less soon. So here are hues of blue flowers. Aren't those pretty? And I used the cloud cover ones, but I think that they kind of blend in a little bit too well. So maybe today I'll use the, I don't know, maybe they'd all work. They're all beautiful. They all work. And here's the ribbon. What's this called? Silver edged ribbon. You know, it's the funniest thing. Whenever I flip it over, this says the color. Find that easy. But it seems like I always start with all the different languages, and then finally I end up on the English. I just need to start circling it. Silver edged ribbon, and it's misty moonlight, and it's beautiful ribbon. So we'll be using some of this. This is the glimmer paper. I'll show you the glimmer paper. It comes in 3 colors. These are the pieces we'll need for today's project. We'll need the trimmer just for doing the score lines. So here's the paper. I have probably like 3 or 4 packages. Oop, another package unopened. At first when I looked at this, I thought, that's not Christmas, but that would be perfect for a wedding. That'd be perfect for sympathy, and it's really pretty. So this might be my favorite page. I'm not quite sure when to use it, but it's very pretty. It's kind of stunning just because the birds are so white against the dark background. See, that one's pretty too. I like that background. But it's beautiful paper. If you like blues and neutrals, which I do, you'll probably love this paper. Okay, so we'll be using that. And the glimmer paper. Here's the glimmer paper. It comes in 3 colors. This one, they don't say what color. They say blue, dark gray, and soft green. So to me, this is Secret Sea. To me, I think that works perfectly. To me, this one, it's not the misty moonlight like the ribbon. To me, I think maybe more blueberry bushel, but it's beautiful. And this one they're calling soft green, but I think it works perfectly with cloud cover. So in one package you get 6 pieces, 2 of each of the colors. Okay, must be time to get started. So I'm looking at the dies. Oh, and these birds, I try to put cloud cover kind of like accents on them, and I had them on the card. It's like, nope, don't like it. So there's that one. So I was trying to just kind of give it a little bit of detail, and to me it just kind of got messy looking. So you could try it if you want to, but I don't like the results. Okay, so we'll be using 3 of the arches. And let me show you the one that has 3. This has the 2 larger ones. This one has all 3 of them. 2 larger ones, 2 larger ones. And there are 2 different dies for different birds. And we're going to need 4 birds, 2 of each. So that would be for this paper. Let me cut these out. Those fun. 2 of each. Set those off to the side elements. The glimmer paper, we will use this branch and 3 little twigs. 3 of those. Okay, I'll get those ready. Okay, they're right here. They're so cute. 1 branch and 3 twigs. Okay, and then these. So in the cloud cover, I would say there's 3 pieces, but one of them is designer paper. That's what the same pattern is on the back. So I'll do 3 of these in the medium die. And then 4 in Secret C. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the large die. And then this paper, that's white with a little light pattern on it. We'll do just the 1 time the small die. Okay, so I'm going to get those ready. They are right here. So 1 of the small, 3 of the cloud cover, 1 of them being designer paper, the designer paper, and then 4 of the larger Secret C everyday arches. Okay, we're getting pieces here. Okay, we're done with the dies. Okay, so what's kind of fun and interesting about this card is this diagonal panel. So I'll put it on something light. See this panel right here? So we're going to make that using this piece of Secret C paper that's cut to 5.5 by 8.5. So let's do that now. So to do that, I'm going to take my little ruler and measure and put a mark with a pencil at 3 5/8. Doesn't matter which side. We're going to be using both sides. So right here, I see 3.5. Next chunk over 3 5/8. So I'm going to make a mark right there. And then over on the other side, opposite, 3 5/8. I'm making a little mark right here. So I have 1 mark here and 1 mark here. So if you take your cutter, which we'll do here in just a minute, and cut from 1 mark to the other mark, you'll get your angle. So the key is 3 5/8. Okay. So here's my cutter. Open it up, and here's a mark, and here's a mark, and I'm going to get them right in that groove. That one's good. This one's good. That one's good. Okay, I'm going to trim it. Now, oh, I thought I put a new paper cutter in there. Well, it's kind of all fuzzy. Hold on, I'm going to go to my big cutter. Just a minute. This is how much I cut off. And you know, I would say, start all over again. But these kind of things happen to everyone. So I'm going to just leave it in there. So if ever you get fuzzy edges, get a new blade and you can just trim it. It's still going to work just fine. Okay, so now, paper trimmer, I'm going to do scoring at 4 inches, 4 inches, and then it will leave a 1/2 inch behind for gluing. And I'll show you what that means here in just a minute. So putting the flat side against the wall, I'm going to score it at 4 inches. And then 4 inches again. I could open up that extra arm, but I'm lazy. So I'm going to take the score line, put it right at 4 inches, and score it again. Okay, so now I have a score line right here and right there. Four inches from here to here, 4 inches from here to here, which leaves remaining a 1/2 inch, which is what we need for gluing it on. I'm trying to get it at the right angle so you can see it's just a little bit. Okay, that's good. So we have these pieces, and are you kind of stumped by how are you going to make those diagonal cuts on these pieces here? I have an easy way to do it. See how this one is cut and there's a perfect border all the way around it? This one too? I have an easy way. And for me, if it's not something I could reproduce, if it's just guessing, it doesn't work for me. I need to have a definite mechanical way to do it over and over, and I have a way. I'll show you here in just a minute. Okay, so this is the card base. All the paper cut sizes are in the video description, and I will post them on my blog once I get all 3 projects done, and my blog is JilliBling.com. Okay, so what do we have? These pieces are for this panel, so we'll do those in just a minute. These pieces are for the inside, not our little elements. Those are for here, and this piece is for the front. Before we put the front on though, I want to put that this little glue 1/2 inch piece. I could do that right away before the designer paper goes on. If you do it after you have the designer paper on, you're going to be lifting it. And I'm purposely trying to get close to the fold. This fold right here. Okay. And I'm just going to take this. It goes right at the very bottom. First I was going to have it up a little bit higher and then in with the designer paper, and then finally it's like, nope, I want it at the bottom so it's part of the card. So it's continuous. So when you set the card on your fireplace mantle, because it's so pretty, I just want it to stand there. Okay, so it's kind of hard showing you dark color on top of dark color. But when you open this up, see how the bottom is flat. It's continuous. Yes, there is a flap right here. We're going to cover that though. This piece folds in and this is flat. You could see the glue in there, which is a good example of how you get it right up to the edge. The glue will dry clear, so that's no problem. There is a little bit of a gap over here, but that's fine. The designer paper will show through and it'll be like, yep, that was planned. Okay, so let's put the designer paper on. The designer paper, this side has no, it's not directional at all. This side, it's slightly directional. I'm looking at the stem and it looks like it's going up. That one looks like it's going down. And you know, in the end, it's just very random. So don't worry about too much taking time to decide which side is up. So this just goes right on here and it's going to cover up the seam, most of it, not all of it, most of it. I'm getting it centered on the Secret Sea card base. So now there's an 1/8 of an inch going all the way around. Okay, we're almost there, right? You're like, okay, how are you going to do that? So a smaller piece and 2 little bit larger pieces. And this, take a minute to really try to, I don't want to say focus, but try to think about how the paper goes on. Okay, so I want it on here, okay? And open this up just to make it a little bit more obvious. I'm going to set it in place with that equal 1/8 inch border all the way around it. This right here is the exact right height. This down here, I'm putting a pencil mark 1/8 of an inch down from the Secret Sea paper. This one is already there. Then I'm just going to give this a scribble, reminding me that's going away. Okay, before I forget, and take it, hold it on the part that's going away. My little pencil mark is right there, and it's going to go right to this tip. Oh, did I scooch it? Just a little bit. Okay, so those are the pieces, and when we lay it on top, right on here, look at that. So you know how I was saying, okay, make sure to kind of focus. I say that only because you might, because maybe I did, do a whoops and I put the paper on the other side. I'll show you which side. So I had this, and I think I just flipped it over, and I put the angle to fit on this side, and it didn't work. The paper still fit, but then I was using the back side. I didn't like that. So we're going to do it 2 more times just to confirm this little process. So where do you want this paper? I want this paper right here. Because when you look at this, there's a paper right here. So I want the paper right here. So I'm just going to set it there. Get it with the 1/8 inch border all the way around it. Okay, that looks good. So now the high tip, it's already set. I'm going to do a pencil mark 1/8 of an inch down. Let me put something light under here. So I'm putting my pencil mark 1/8 inch down. This is good already. And this is going away. And when I look at the paper, that's what I want. I want it to be on this side. Okay, it's gonna go away. I'm gonna cut it. So my scribble mark says that's going away. Here's my pencil mark right here. Get the tip, that pencil mark, tip. And if you're doing this at home, and you mess up, don't fret. You have more paper. Just get another piece of paper. Don't stress about it. We all do little mistakes. You have 2 full sheets of it. Okay, so this one goes right here. Okay, it's looking good. This is garbage. Okay, we have 1 more piece of paper. So that looks good. It's all the right patterns. So we have this one. That's gonna go right here. Okay, this is the side we want up. I'm gonna set it in place, looking for the 1/8 inch border all the way around. That's good. This is gonna go away. I'm gonna draw my pencil mark an 1/8 inch down. And trim it. Where's that pencil mark? Oh, it's right over here. There, to the point. Here's a pencil mark, there's the point. Trim it. See, my blade is working fine now. Just didn't like that secret C paper. Okay, is that right? Yep, goes right there. So was that so bad? I might have over-explained things, but I'd rather talk too much. You could always fast forward through me, but I just want to make sure that you have success. Okay, there it is. A whole bunch of blue beautifulness. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Open it up. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And on the inside, we have nothing yet. We'll get there. Okay, so on the front, let's make some of these arches. So the front arch is Secret C and designer paper. And I was messing around with my cutting plates, and I think I got it just a little bit too snug because some of my die cut pieces are coming out a little warped. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I know how to fix it. So I'm going to glue this, and I'm going to put something weighted on top of it, and it will dry flat, because right now it's getting a little curly. What do I have? I have this. Okay, dry flat. I should put some weight on it. There we go. Okay, so we stuck those together. Next is the middle one, which is going to have 3 pieces. It will have Secret C, cloud cover, and designer paper. And this I did a hint of cloud cover using the blending brush just to make the bird stand out a little bit better. Cloud cover. Baby Warren is sleeping right now. He's about to turn 1. In a few weeks, he'll be 1 year old. His parents just went out and did family pictures yesterday. They said, yeah, he just woke up. He had sleepy eyes. And he wasn't smiling much. And then Michaela says, but he doesn't always smile a lot. He smiles some. Okay, so that has a little bit of cloud cover on it. Stick it together. He's napping right now. I let him stay up too late. But he was just being all content. And he was playing with his toys. When does a baby do that? I couldn't say, okay, time to go to sleep. It's time. Yesterday he didn't take an afternoon nap. So he woke up right before the pictures. And then they came over because it was family dinner day. And he was awake. And Kayla's like, he probably should be napping. But he wasn't acting like he needed a nap. And at dinner, he was a little, just a hint fussy. So at dinner, we all sit around a big table, and usually he's on the end, because you know how everyone, you kind of get your assigned seats, and that's just where you sit. So Evan and Michaela, Tony and I are always at one end of the table. I'm like, you know what, we need to get him in the middle of everything so that he realizes, yep, the family does a prayer and we all hold hands. And usually he's over there and he's getting ready and he's eating and everything. I had to stamp on this one. Let me stamp first. If it doesn't come out good, can I flip it over? Not really. Okay, I'm gonna try. Anyhow, so he was in the middle of the table and we all held hands. And Michaela and I, we opened our eyes and we were watching him watch everyone else, but he was very involved. And it was fun, everyone watching him as he ate things. As he ate his meal, as we all did. I don't know. It's just fun. With deepest sympathy. I love the font on that. That came out pretty good. It's a little bit fuzzy down there, but I'm not going to cut another paper, so it's perfect. This one came out really good. I don't know why that one came out fuzzy. And I would blame it on somebody using baby wipes, but this is a brand new set. Maybe it's on the ink pad, because I do see a little fuzzy on there. Don't use baby wipes. How can I say that nicely and respectfully? If you use baby wipes, you get little fuzzies. Look at that. That is the fuzzy. I found it. You want to see it? You're like, just get on with the card. That was on the stamp. That's what caused me grief. It's okay. We're moving forward. Okay, so that's going to go on to Secret C. Secret C, Everyday Arches. The other day, I was weighting something down, and I was like, why is this not working? And it was because I put my box that has all the dies in it, I put that on top thinking, that's heavy. But it had little feet on it. It did no good. Okay. This one's been there the longest. There. There. Okay, so this one is done. This one is for the front. Okay, well, we have one more arch. Did I bury it somewhere? There it is. Okay, so this arch, this one is done. This arch here, number 4, goes on the inside. Isn't that pretty? I love the blue and the white. I'm like, okay, get another piece of paper. But if you're kind of sneaky like I am, so here's the 3 different sizes. And the inside paper, this paper here, take the medium arch, put it right about in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It'd be nice if it is, but if it isn't, don't fret. Cut this out. Look at that. You're like, well, you have a hole in the middle, but the Secret C paper is bigger. It's going to cover up the hole 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to get heartfelt prayers. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? I love it that the set covers at least 3 different reasons you need a card. Okay, there's that. And here is heartfelt prayers. You know what I'm looking for, don't you? No fuzzies. Secret C. Secret C. But see the question, is the fuzzy on from here? Well, I know it's not from the stamp. Here we go. It's going to be good. Oh. Okay, are you guys like me, where things work out good, you're like, this is the best hobby ever. That brings me so much joy. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Look how it is on here. Okay, it's covering it up. That's all that we need to do. Everything can be layered. Yeah. See, that's pretty too. Glue, glue, glue. This goes on the Secret Sea arch, right in the middle. Okay, cloud cover paper. Okay, I'm inclined to flip it over, put glue on it. But why do you flip it over? You don't have to flip it over. I just do. Because solid colored cardstock, there's no need to flip it over. Both sides are equal. I say that only because one time I was stamping with a friend, and this is right when I was learning. And of course, whenever she would say anything, I just stop like, what? And she was joking just because we had been stamping maybe 3 or 4 times together. She says, why did you flip over that piece of cloud cover paper? I said, to put glue on it. She goes, but it's all the same color, both sides of it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I realized what she's saying, and ever since then, I kind of catch myself. Does it matter? No. This one it does, because it's printed different on each side. Glue there and there. Fingers in the glue. Needs to scooch over. Good, good, good. So pretty. Right in the middle. No matter where the hole is, this is going to go right in the middle. Look at the top, bottom, they're equal. Side, 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 they're equal. Bottom is parallel with the card bottom. Ooh. And then I mooched it. Okay, try that again. Good, 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 good. Okay, so next is the glimmer branch. Look how pretty that is. What do they call that? Soft green? Nah, it's close to cloud cover. So this, because it's going to be bridging across a few different layers of paper, I'm going to put glue on each of the petals, on the stem, maybe a little bit in the middle. Then I hear the dryer going. We have this in the laundry room because that's where the dog comes in and out, and he's expecting a goodie if he does something, and he kind of drools. Anyhow, we have this carpet that I love. It's a machine washable carpet. And I just washed it. And then it comes out looking brand new. Where the one before, it's like I'm always trying to spot clean it, and that was all the time. Okay, so over here, we want this one and a little branch. This one here, and a little branch. So when you put the branches on, it's like, which way do you put it on? And I was unsure, so on the sample, they're all different directions. So I'm going to put glue on his body and tail and dimensionals. Oh, I think I just put those flat down. That might be a good thing for the inside of the card. Oh, dimensionals. I'm going to put dimensionals on his wings. So here, here, and his tail. Because he's fluffering. And then glue on his tummy, his body. I'm going to have it right down close to the words. Okay, that's the glue part. I'll push down the dimensional part in a minute. So now on this thing, I could say, I'm not sure. I don't know. What's interesting is the branch, the little twig. See how there's a bit of a gap right there? To me that means, oh, maybe that's like, so you could see his face. But I don't know. I should look. It's like, how did Stampin' Up? How did the artist decide? Oh, and I have online exclusives. I have it all here. Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth, page 33. Okay. Nothing there. When in doubt, look at the catalog. Here he's carrying the little envelope. They don't really show him. He's really cute though. Are there more ideas, more samples? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. More samples? Oh, here we go. A whole nother page. Oh, look at that one. Sending big hugs for a good friend. That is so not blue. That's more the pecan pie. Okay, here we go. So these ones, the branch is way up. This one, the branch is way down, but they're using that gap. Is this the same one? The branch is positioned the same way. Oh, look how they did the little branch over here. That's fun. And then they put the flower on it. And then these are the long pieces. And they use the embossing folder on the designer paper. Oh. Does that help? Maybe pick up his nose just a little bit. How about that? Oh, that's it. I love that. Okay. You could do it however. If you look at the sample, there's other ideas. But I like this one best. I mean, he's got, is it like that? Or is it the other way, where there's the gap? But then you could still see his face, and he's really got a hold of it. I don't know what's right. I think whatever you do is right. Okay, because I put too much glue on there, I have to be careful. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Let's do panel number 1. Ooh, this one is fun. Here's panel number 1. A bit warped, but that's okay. Panel number 1, I'm going to do a ziggle-zaggle of the beautiful ribbon. And I know it'll be covered there, Ribbon, ribbon. So how about right there? Go right about to the edge. And I know all this extra sticky will be covered up by the bird. There, isn't that pretty? Oh, hold it up. I hope you can see how pretty this ribbon is. Oh, so October is the best starter kit promotion ever. If you spend, the starter kit I think is, oh, I should have known this, $33, $39, $35, and you get $125 in product. That's a lot. That's a huge discount. It's a great time. It's like, why would you not? Okay, so I'm going to put him here. And this one, at first he was too boring, and then I went and I put wings underneath him. So I'm trying to be smart about it because I haven't done it naturally yet. I'm just going to do it the same way because I want just these wings. Right there. And right here. But if you thought about being a demonstrator, and being a demonstrator doesn't mean you have to go out to people's houses and demonstrate, doesn't mean you have to do YouTube videos. Being a demonstrator means usually that you want the discount. If it turns into you sharing it with other people, with your neighbors, you going out, doing it in community centers, even if it takes you 15 years, that's fine. You could do it just for the discount. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals on these wings. These are the ones that are going to go underneath. I put one dimensional on, and I'm putting glue here close to the tummy and on the bottom feather. And that is going to be placed right here. And if you don't get it exactly placed one underneath another, that's okay because it adds just a little bit of additional dimension. Okay, glue on the bottom leaf over here by his tummy. And I might purposely do this one a little bit off. See, I like that. I should have done that on the first one. See how it's just a little bit higher? I wonder if I could still take it apart. Kind of tearing the paper. I think it's going to be worth it though. Like, this is a beautiful bird. Okay, so I'm going to make it just a little bit higher. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I'll hold them up close. Can you see how that bottom is a little bit higher? And then you could see the cut marks there. Okay. So, once again, another dimensional about in the same place on the furthest expansion of the wings. Then glue on his tummy. Oh, I haven't put his little branch in yet. Okay, that's all the glue part. How did I do that one? I was really happy with that one. Okay. But see, this is a different bird. Putting glue on it, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to stick it on there yet. Well, you know, it's hard to go wrong with glimmer paper. If it's sparkly, everything is good. Okay, that's how it will go. Okay, there's the front minus the little flowers. So the flowers I want to do in a different darker color. So can you see these flowers on here? Yeah, you could see them. But I think they're a little bit too matchy-matchy. How about the white? The white is pretty. Well, all these flowers go with it, so you could do no wrong. See, I think the darker colors, they work, but I think they're distracting because now you're like, well, what am I looking at? Looking at the flowers? I'm looking at the bird. I'm looking at the sparkle. I'm looking at his branch. I think that's going to be white. Maybe if I put them a little bit away from him, the attention will still be on, he's the focal point. Okay, panel number 1 done. What's panel number 2? Okay, these should have dried by now. Here's that one. Here's this one. This one's a little crooked. I think that once it gets decorated, I'm not even sure what's crooked about it. It will be fine. So this one gets this bird and this branch. See how nicely he stands out because of the cloud cover blending brush circle? Okay, so maybe I put this on now. Oh, and I have a tip for lining up your arches too. We'll do that next. Okay, so there you could see his mouth over the glimmer paper. Okay, dry. Dry. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the ends of his, hers, his wings. Okay, so I have a question. If you can, answer it in the comments. When you're sending a sympathy card, do you send the card to the recipient or do you send the card for the person who passed? Just because, for instance, if a man passes and he's very macho manly, and the woman is very flowery feminine, what kind of card do you send? I've always been stumped by that. Look how pretty that is. It's so delicate. It's so sweet. Okay, this one is done. Are we almost done? We have 3 panels. 1, 2, 3. The inside, I think the inside is already done. Look at that. Okay, so let's start with this one, the back panel. We're just going to put it on centered. Right here. I heard a noise over there and I'm like, what is that? Oh, why is this sticking? Because I had some glue. I'll fix it. It's like the stink bugs. In the past day, they went from nothing to, you know why? Because it's cold out. And they don't want to be outside in the cold. But they come in through the tiniest little nothing. Don't want to touch them. I never knew what a stink bug was before. Okay, so right down here is where the glue was over. I could try to take that little piece of designer paper and attach it to this naked white paper that big. Not going to happen. It's Secret C, and I have a marker. Secret C, light. I'm not sure what's better, light or dark, because ooh, I hope that dries lighter. I think I made it worse. I should have just left it and pretend like it was a flower. Okay, let's pretend like that didn't happen. Yep, okay, so now this piece is going to be on this panel, and you're like, oh, how do I line it up? This is how you line it up. Put glue at the bottom, because we know the bottom will be on there. Put glue midpoint at the top. Like this right here on top. Close the door. And then I noticed that the sides are very different. I'm just going to kind of straighten it out just a little bit while the glue is still wet. So I noticed that this side is considerably bigger than that side, but there's a reason for that. And it's going to be fine. So when I close it, it's still, you can see a little bit of the lower one. But the reason that this side is small, this side is large, is because this folding piece is a different size than the card base. But the goal is to have all of your panels all lined up. So when it's closed, you see just the one panel. Then when you open it, you see all three. But you don't want them staggered. Or maybe you do. That could be fun too. Okay, and then to get the top one, have it closed. Let's put glue on the bottom. Glue midpoint only, right at the top of this diagonal bit. And lay it right in place. I was thinking about pulling out my Wink of Stella, but I really like how bright white the birds are. So I'm just going to leave them like that. There it is. I noticed that it was kind of leaning down a little bit, so I straightened it out. Does it perfectly match? Probably not. Because it's all Secret C, it's just fine. Okay, there is the project. What do you think? Imagine receiving this. Well, it's Sympathy. Sympathy you need to have on hand. But isn't that beautiful? Okay, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe and thumbs up button. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.